It's fees talk time. So I just want to touch bases with y'all. Today's topic is going to be about second chances because Lord knows everybody makes mistakes. Honestly, life is all about making mistakes and learning from them. But there are people that, constantly make the same mistakes or constantly intentionally do the same things over and over and over again. And then they do finally sometimes get to a point in life where they want to, redeem themselves and they want to do better and they want to, maybe right their wrongs with the people that they've wronged and things like that. So I get that. But I just want to run a little scenario by y'all real fast. And I just want to, I just want to know what y'all would do, basically. What would you do? Basically, how would you feel if the person you've known to be your father or mother since the time you were born, right? But they were labeled as a horrible and vindictive and scamming type of person who only hurts people and con them out of things, has even let you down once or twice, but you wind up growing up. Like you wind up growing up through life, with a relatively good life. You know what I mean? So far, and as an adult, you learn that your parent maybe has been incarcerated or away for whatever reason for some time. And you kind of somewhat start opening up the gates, and you want to reach out and they respond, and now you built some type of speaking relationship on a speaking type basis. And now you're curious, you want to know what it could have been like to have this person in your life, and you just want to know what it's like now. And basically you probably always wondered about this person and how they've been all of your life basically. But here's the problem. There's lots of people from that person's past, like it could be your friends, your family, anybody that's been in contact with this person from the things that they've done in the past. And they don't want you to have a relationship with this person. Obviously, because of the things that they've done in the past, they might have even, hurt you in some ways that you either don't remember or you probably do remember. But I feel as though everybody else feels like they don't deserve that second chance, but you do, right? And I feel like obviously these things, they can happen with your friendships, relationships, where people make mistakes all the time. And I feel as though obviously our mistakes are a part of our journeys, it's a part of our stories for ourselves. So second chances for me, I believe in them, but to an extent. I feel as though there are indeed levels to second chances and even being worthy of second chances, in my personal opinion. And from my own experiences, I'm always able to forgive a person for their misdoings and wrongdoings. And it's mainly so I can move on from the situation. I forgive, but no, I don't necessarily forget what was done to me, though. I believe when you have people that are trying to correct their wrongs, first of all, I think it's a great thing because you should do that as a person. But I also believe that depending on what damage was done, boundaries and guards must be up when dealing with people of any sort of level, even if it's not you trying to give them a second chance. Even when you first meet somebody like that you might want to consider as a friend, you gotta have a guard up a little bit because you don't know what to expect from this person. You don't know, what kind of things this person is into or anything like that. But I do believe that if you're gonna give a person the genuine time and effort to right those wrongs, and you also have to be somewhat open to entertaining the idea of it, and actually allowing that person to even show you a little bit that they are making steps to better themselves. And I also think that you should make sure you and the person is clear on the intentions for this redemption and the level of forgiveness. There's nothing wrong with asking questions, because if they are truly genuine and willing to change, then they will have no problem answering those questions, or any questions that you may have, any doubts that you may have. And they also have to remember that they have to be patient with you. And you don't necessarily have to be that patient with them, but you should have some level of it, a little bit of a level of it. And just for me, I would ask them, what are your intentions for wanting to right this wrong? What are you looking to gain from this? Are you seeking closure, or are you trying to give me closure? Where do you see this going afterwards? What do you expect from me after this? What do you expect what do you expect for yourself from this? What are you going to do to be able, so you're not gonna, so you're not backstepping or falling into old habits? What are you going to do to prevent this happening in the future? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with you being, how can I put it? With you being more on the fence. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And then I also believe that there's nothing wrong with actually just not wanting to let a person do those things at all. If you strictly just are just yeah, no, I don't even want your apologies, I don't want any of that, and that's okay. And they have to respect that. But you're going to have people out here that won't respect that, or they will respect it, but in order for them to probably move forward in doing, in the rest of their redemption, they probably really truly need you to be okay, I understand, and I just want you to at least let me apologize. You don't even have to accept my apologize. I'm sorry, my apology, but it's more so, is this what you, sometimes people need that. Because if you are the person that they did, 1,000,001 things wrong to, they're going to continue to try to right that wrong and give you closure. Or obviously, if they may need that closure, that's the closure that they may need. But are you obligated to give them that closure? No. If you truly do not want to, no, you're not. Not even the slightest bit are you obligated to do any of that. However, I don't know. That's a hard thing, It's hard because I've been there. I've been through a lot of situations where people have done me wrong, and then they want to come back, and then they want to come and apologize and things like that and try to right the wrong that they made. which I don't usually have a problem with that. I will honestly sit and, hear a person completely, fully out before I make a decision to just be like, yeah, either I believe it or I don't believe it. But most of the time, even when I do allow the person to try to right that wrong, it's never gonna go back to whatever it was. Like, especially if it was like a relationship and you did this and that and the third, you can right that wrong all you want and apologize all you want, but don't think that you're coming back here, because that's a no. That's always a no. Friendships for me too, it's like I have certain levels of it. It depends, because I got friends that, I've been friends with for 10 plus years, and some of the things that they do, I don't agree with. There's a lot of things that I speak on that I'm actually, currently speaking on and stuff like that I don't agree with, that they do when it comes to our friendship. And I've given myself the okay to be like, you know what, you really don't have to, if you still want, like, obviously I have the ultimate decision to say, well, I still consider this person my friend. I just deal with people accordingly to my own taste or my own energy and my own vibes and things like that. If I don't really resonate with it, if I'm not in that social space with you, then I'm not gonna force myself to be in any situation I don't want to be in. And some of my friends understand it, some don't. And the ones that don't, they're more so the ones that have benefited from me not being in a healed place and not being fully aware of all of the things that I contributed to or that I didn't contribute to. They're the ones that actually benefit from your mishaps in life or from your mistakes in life, or you know what I mean? So when you start coming out of those things, a lot of people ain't gonna like it because it don't benefit them in no way, shape, or form. And there's nothing wrong with walking away from them. Because I will say that you're gonna learn sometimes that when you outgrow things and people, it's okay. Not everybody is meant to go with you every step of your life. The majority of our paths have already been lined up. Now, we make certain decisions that, will either get us closer to the path that we're supposed to be in or on, or closer to where we're supposed to be, or further, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a path that's already been written for us. If these people don't align with that at that point in time, then that's just how it goes. That's definitely just how it goes. But and my question to end our talk here is this: do you believe in second chances? Do you think people are worthy or deserve forgiveness? How would you feel about the above scenario if it was you and you want to openly pursue a newfound relationship with the person against everyone's wishes? And they even go as far as threatening to cut ties with you if you're going to deal with this person. Would you still do it or not? That's the question of the day, of the hour. What would you do in that specific situation?